직접 만드신 거예요?
아니요. 아이콘은 exactly Spotify. Okay, let's start and welcome everyone. Thank you for joining our session. We're gonna talk about how can you contribute to OpenStack. It's a collaborative story from the Indonesia and then Korea groups. My name is Ari. I'm from Indonesia, and on my side is Seongsoo from the Korea. In this session, we're gonna talk about the beginning of the contribution camp and why this happened this year, and also how I prepared the contribution camp in Indonesia, and then today's camp curriculum, knowledge for practical contribution, and also Seongsoo will share about the Korea group case study, and then what is the result and what is the future plan for Indonesia. Let's do it. Okay, first before we talk about our story, we're gonna talk about what is the contribution, because this is a very important. In the context of the open source technology, contribution is any effort to support, improve, or strengthen the project. Things of the contribution is a giving back to the community. It's important to remember that the use, in my humble opinion, using our project doesn't count as a contribute. Contribution is an active effort, make the ecosystem better for everyone. It's a lot of type of contribution. First is the code contribution. You can add new feature, bug fixing, improvement, performance, or scalability. And the second one is the testing and bug reporting. It's a very important to sustainability of the project. And then the other one is the promotion and education. You can promote the project through your blogs, social media, LinkedIn, and others. Also documentation. It's really important because we are related to documentation because we are open source project. Also the community support, like the answering the question from the others in your country is another type of contribution. And the other one is a localization that I can do in the past year is really good and really awesome. You can translate the software to your language to make the project can be spread over the world. And then the last one is the event organizing, like a volunteering, like you do some meetup in your country, and you have some money, a lot of money. You can financial contribution to support the project that you like, to keep the project alive. And the next one is why Indonesia need a contribution camp. That because simply code contribution is the most direct way to participate in the OpenStack global community. we wanted the Indonesia participant get active involved in contributing to the OpenStack project. The another big reason is that we wanted the Indonesia user group to connect with the global developers and the others OpenStack user from around the world. And then the second question is why with the Korean user group? Because the first we have done the twice collaboration with the virtual meetup in the others Asia region community. Collaborating with the Korean OpenInfra user group bring a lot of value to our community in Indonesia. First, because the Korean user group has more experience and one of the more mature and active user group in the Asia, really appreciated. And the second one is a trend regional collaboration in OpenInfra Asia community, because I think a lot of Asia community very active, so we exchange the speakers, we learn a lot from the others in the Asia. And the last one is thanks to regional collaboration in Asia, we are not just working locally, but connecting with the others OpenInfra community to share knowledge and the best practices. And then, okay, next session is preparing the contribution camp in Indonesia and start how it started. I think it's back to 2023. After attending the OpenInfra Days Vietnam in Hanoi, me and Seongsoo decided to take a short trip to the Sapa, a mountain in the northern Vietnam. During that trip, we talked a lot about our community and how Korea has successfully run the mentorship program to help the new contribution join the OpenStack. And then I talked to Seongsoo that I wanted to bring the same idea to Indonesia to help the more people start to contributing to the OpenStack. Because I said before, using is not the contribution. We want to do more, like reporting the bug and maybe fixing some things, patches in the OpenStack project. And yeah, it started from the Vietnam, also the Asia, and the next one for preparing is the venue, because our community we don't have a lot of money. So me as an Indonesian organizer, we do talk a lot with the university. The first one we get a good response is from the Yogyakarta. You can see here the red one is the Yogyakarta. Yeah, it's just an Indonesian map. We have more than 70,000 islands. It's number one in the world. We have a lot of islands. It's difficult to us to travel. And why we choose the Yogyakarta? First one is a city with many university and have a strong student community. And it's a good venue. The university give it the room for free from us for the contribution there. Shout out to the TLC University of the Gajah Mada. And then after preparing the venue, we are also preparing the logo and branding, because really important to get attender or mentee. This logo is incorporated with the Tugu Yogyakarta. It's symbolic Yogyakarta and the local identity with the OpenStack branding legend. And we have just also the theme by the community and for the community. And then what we do, 2 months before the camp start, I hosted a meetup in Yogyakarta, which is 8 hours by train from Jakarta, where I live. The goal was to introduce the upcoming OpenStack contribution camp and to explain what the participant could expect. We share the objective and structure of the camp and also collect the insight from their interest and motivation. We hope this meetup help us build the early excitement and engage the local community, so people were ready to motivated by the time the camp began. And then the next one is the participants selection. Because of the capacity, we only have 3 mentors. So we only have 20 mentees. With the target participant is one is the student, second is the lecturer, and then of course the cloud enthusiast. We do like a Google form, open registration with have short motivation, and we have selected criteria. The first one, you need to be interested in the open source, of course, and the cloud computing, and at least you have a basic Linux and the Git knowledge. I think the last one is the important things, the infrastructure and the setups, because the curriculum it will be 2 days. Maybe Seongsoo will explain in the next. So we need to get ready for the infrastructure. We built the OpenStack all-in-one, deploy on my own bare metal. So every participant, whether a mentee or mentors, got their own user account and dedicated project. This way they could work independent without interfering with the others. The environment was designed to be ready to use, so participants could dive straight into contribution, exercise with the hands-on lab. And then we also provide the stable connection and the power also. And then the last one is the 2 days recording platform, because I think it's important for us. It can be served as learning material for the future camp and also for support continuous learning beyond the camp. Okay, next one is Seongsoo.
Okay, so hi, I'm Seongsoo from the Korea University. So I'm gonna talk about how I made the 2 days curriculum and what we did in during the camp. So the first of all, if you want to contributing to the OpenStack for the first time, so you must read the OpenStack contributor guide. So unlike the other open source projects, the OpenStack does not use GitHub. The OpenStack using the other tools like Get and Git review tools. So the reading this document is very, very important. So, and the contributor guide shows many ways to contribute to the OpenStack, like a code contribution and the user side, and also the translation and the documentation. So we will only look at the contributor guide about the source code contribution. So what can we learn from this document? By reading the contribution guide, we can learn about the rules, standards, like governance and release models in OpenStack global communities, and also the tools. Tools needed to contributing to the OpenStack. And we can study these things by ourselves, but we can also learn them as a workshop. So the OpenStack global community provides the training material for the workshop. So it is called the OpenStack Upstream Institute. The Upstream Institute has 2 roles, the trainer and trainee, and it gives guide and materials for both roles. So before the COVID-19, there was an upstream training course a day before the summit, but now it doesn't have anymore, so I feel very sad. But maybe someday I want to do this one again in the summit. The Upstream Institute is organized based on the contents of contributor guides. So each topic has a link, and when you click it, you can see the material in the slide. So each chapter also provides the exercise, so the trainee or mentees can practice the things what they learn. So everyone can easily learn about how to contributing to the OpenStack. And at the end of the both contributor guide and the upstream training course, there are hands-on exercise using the sandbox project. The sandbox project is an official repository provided by opendev.org. So anyone can get merge permission in Git and for this repository, and you can practice the process of whole contribution cycle from these repositories. So Is practicing with the sandbox is enough? No, right? So what can you learn in the sandbox? So sandbox teaches you the how to send a simple patches. So it is like learning the how to make a pull request on the GitHub, right? But the main difference from GitHub is the get it using the Git reviews. So the each commit is the one patches. The one patch means the one pull request. So if you want to change the patches, you don't need to make new commit. You should change the current commit with the git -- aim and options. That's the very different part. So now think again about the goal of the contribution camp. The goal of the contribution camp is when the mentees go back their home, they can do they can contributing to the OpenStack themselves without any help. So what can the sandbox cover? There are three main things the sandbox does not cover. So if your patch does not have a test case, the reviewer will mostly ask for one. So the test case is the most important thing, but in the sandbox project, there are no test case. And to create the test case, you should learn the concept of what is the mockup data and what is the fake object like that, and also the concept of the unit test and functional test also. And the second one is the PP8. The PP8 is the standard of the Python coding convention. So all OpenStack project enforce the PP8 to their Python code. So if your code does not pass the PP8 style, you cannot, your code cannot be merged into the upstream. And the third one is the TOC. TOC is like automation tools, and it runs the learning the test case and checking the PP8 styles at the same time. So before you send the patch, you must run the TOCs locally. So which projects are easy to get experience with? So the core project like Nova, Neutron, Cinder is very complex and very difficult to understand the source code. So they are not suitable for 2 days camp. So we are looking for the other project. So our choice is a Python OpenStack client. The why we choose the Python OpenStack client is very simple. The first, this project is easy to understand. The whole Mantis does not need any OpenStack knowledge or OpenStack technology. They only the things only they know is the REST API, how to using the REST API. Because the CLI just called the REST API from other components like Nova and Neutron, then the CLI convert the data into object or show them into the terminal. And the second one is that you don't need deep knowledge of how OpenStack works internally. It is like a user side. So and the third one is it is good for studying the OpenStack and how the mentees can using the OpenStack. So this is why we think the CLI is a good starting point to the contributing to the OpenStack. Okay, so what we practice using the CLI project. So we will learn and practice these things at the same time through the one task. We will add a new feature to the CLI, but this feature is only for the practice. So it cannot be contributed to the upstream, but after we adding a new feature, the whole test case will be broken. Then the mentees are fixing that themselves. They can learn how to fixing the test case and how to adding the test case in the existing repositories. So here's the example. So the first one is the default output of the OpenStack server list, and we are adding a new field on the OpenStack server list. So you can see the username on the right side. So after this is a very they're very simple tests. But during these patches, the mentees can understand what is the structure of the CLI project and how can I fixing or adding a new feature on an open source project, OpenStack project. And this is the test case. The before the change the code, the whole test case are passive. But after the change the code, there are about 30. Yeah, as I remember correctly, the 30 test case will be the fail. Then all mentees should fix these things, and they must see the congratulations. So now, based on what I'm talking about, let me introduce about our 2-day camp curriculum. So there are things you need to prepare before the camp. So Ari already talked about that. We need an OpenStack. It is not a whole OpenStack cluster. The DevStack is enough. And also the mentee should create the necessary account for the contribution in advance. So our time is limited and we have many things to cover. So it is better to do as much preparation as possible. It's very important. So day one is mainly lecture based. So the time on the left is approximate the time. So on day one, we also set up the OpenStack client dev environment. So we can use VS Code and the Python, but we are choosing the VS Code during our camp. In a day two, we focused on adding a new feature to OpenStack client. So we also learn about the test case and talks while doing this. And the most important aspect of day two is to enable mentees to analyze the thing independently about how to patch the source code. So the mentors does not give any help to the mentees. The mentees think themselves and solve the problem their own ideas. So I think that there is no single correct answer, but by discussing and reviewing the code, the mentees can indirectly experience the code review in gallery. In fact, this whole process was not created on one day. This program runs every year for about 4 months. So there is a program called Open Source Contribution Academy. It is supported by the Korea government. So every year during the 4 months, over the 30 projects and 300 attendees are joining this program and doing some mentorship to how to contribute to the open source. So the OpenStack project is one of open source project in this project. So at first we tried to find the issue and on the launchpad or storyboard and solve them. But however, the process is very difficult because the issue is very old, or some issues is already solved, and we found only few things. But the number of issues was limited, and after we solved them, there are nothing we can do with it. So we saw that many parts of the mapping guide were empty. So it shows how the Glance CLI is mapping into the OpenStack CLI, but it is empty. Some comments are not implemented yet. So we started writing code to add missing features to the OpenStack CLI. So here's our achievement from the beginning and now. So every year we are doing, we are facing a very challenging thing, and in 2025, with help from the Steven, one of the maintainers, we are able to get a lot of patches and merges. So before the 2025, there are no merged the patches, but in this year we have a lot of merged patches. So this photo is from the last year's OpenInfra Summit Asia in Korea. So we invited OpenStack maintainers and had a special networking session with our last year's mentees. So they had a Q&A session where they asked about challenges while contributing and what it takes to become upstream developers. So finally, this is the current version of our 4 months upstream contribution camp, contribution mentoring program curriculum. So we improve it every year to make the mentoring program even better. Okay.
Okay, I think it's the last section regarding the camp results and the future plan from the Indonesia. Yeah, as you know, the mentees get a good foundational knowledge and how to contribute to OpenStack. Before the contribution camp, even submit a bugs, we don't know how to it. So right now, we have foundation knowledge how to contribute. And then mentee also get the hands-on experience with the OpenStack contribution workflow. As Seongsoo mentioned, it's very different with the other open source project. And we also can identify potential local mentors from Indonesia for the future events, maybe next contribution camp. That we realize that today is not enough, need ongoing mentorships. Compared to Korea, they do it 4 months. We only do it 2 days, and yeah, I think it's need more times to same with the Korean community. And code contribution is not easy, but we believe we can do it. And if you want to see our report, we have created in the link. You can check it. And then this is our participant statistic and our mentee statistic. We got 22 mentee joining the contribution camps. That interesting is we got 5 female and 17 male mentees coming from the 12 from professional, 7 from student, and 3 from the lecture. This photo is that we take during the contribution camp in the Yogyakarta. And next one is the future plans. Looking ahead, we have few existing goals. First, we want to establish long-term mentorship program in Indonesia, like Korea do. And then we want to create an OpenStack contribution camp in another city. As you see before, Indonesia is a huge country, maybe in Jakarta, on our capital, our Bogor, and etc. And I really want to expand collaborating with the others OpenInfra user group, not only Asia, maybe Europe and the others continent. We want to support the mentees to make the first upstream contribution, like the Korean do. A lot of code are made this year. It's really good, and then I hope OpenInfra support and involved in the camp program. And as a honorable mention, I want to thank to Seongsoo and Yunsu, but he cannot attend the summit. And also thank you for Jihyun to be a mentor for Indonesia. And I think this is our contact. If you're interested regarding the organizing the user group in your country, you can talk me and LinkedIn, and this is our handle for Indonesia at the OpenInfra ID. You can email to info@openinfra.id and Korea. Yeah. Korea also at the all at the openinfra.org. I think this all from our set. Thank you so much for listening. If you have any question, thank you.
Yeah, so we have 3 minutes, so do you have any question? Yeah.
Is there a plan to expand the contribution, so not just only OpenStack, SDK or CMI, or to a bit more complex projects as well?
Oh yeah. So we are also doing the contributing to the other project like me and Ian are working with the IATN project. So this year we are separating the two groups. The one is the SK and CLI and one is the IATN. And also in the mentees who are working with the SK and CLI, they also contributing to the other project like about the DNS service like
Designate.
yeah, designate things, yeah.
Thank you.
There is any question? Can finish?
Okay,
And thank you so much for everyone.
thank you.